the main threat, you could say, was a general strike by the Solidarity trade union. At that point, it had reached its maximum, you could say. More than 10 million Poles had become members of it. This was at a time when the Polish population was somewhere around 35 million. And it must be said that, taking into consideration that the labor force was somewhere around 20 million or so, at least the labor force that was available for trade union activity, so to say, it meant that practically every other Polish worker was a member of the trade union. So a general strike by such a force would simply completely paralyze the country, its economy, and the political elite would quickly have to come up with some form of solution, which would probably either be to cave in to certain demands from the trade union or crack down with massive violence. But with the trade union completely mobilized, the opposition would be much tougher. Railway lines could be shut down, highways could be blocked, even military units could be surrounded and blocked from leaving their barracks. So when Jaruzelski gave the order to start looking into how to introduce martial law, they quickly came to the conclusion that it would be necessary for it to happen before there could be a general strike. And that general strike seemed like it was probable in the late winter, early spring of 1981. There was the so-called Bydgoszcz events, during which Solidarity trade union members had received a promise to meet with local party representatives and vent some of their frustrations. But instead, when they showed up for the meeting, they were met with brute force by the regime, who severely beat up several of those functionaries. So there was a warning of a general strike in March 1981. Unexpectedly, the leader of the trade union, Jarosław Wałęsa, was Lech Wałęsa, naturally, he came to an agreement in 1930. In 1930, on March 30th, 1981, and that strike was averted. This gave the communist regime an opportunity to take its process further. During the summer, it was still pursued in quite a low degree, but by the autumn it started changing. Finally, Jaruzelski took the decision, and it was done in an unconstitutional manner, which is something that made it a crime, simply, even according to the warped and twisted laws of the Polish socialist state and the Polish Workers' Party, the Communist Party. It was the prerogative of the parliament to do such a decision when in session. And since the parliament was in session when that decision was taken, it was up until them. But instead, it was taken by the Council of State, so meaning the government, and Jaruzelski himself, instead of being the first secretary, that wasn't his main role anymore. Instead, there was a military junta, basically, that was created, the Military Council of National Salvation, in Polish, the acronym WRONA, meaning crow. And these were the people that illegally took power on that day. Jaruzelski was made to that military junta leader.
Adam, I'm just going to have to interrupt you there. clock in the corner of the studio is winking that our time is over, but we will pick it up if we may next time. There we are. I've had to interrupt Adam almost in mid-sentence, but fear not. If you join us next time, as we hope you will, here on Poland Daily History, we'll pick up the story. In the meantime, thank you for watching.